I think so often we get scared even of having the thought of what could be possible because we're scared that it can't be possible. And we just find another thing to be fearful of. And I love this idea of what you're saying around transforming your thoughts because I've definitely, the more and more I've studied books, the more and more I've read and I've thought, I've discovered that all of our failure and success in life is based on our most repeated thought. And one of my biggest questions to most people I meet now is, what is your most repeated thought? And most people don't know the answer because they're not aware,
Right.
in your words. And a lot of people who do know will say it's something like, I'm not good enough. I don't like the way I look. I am ugly. Whatever else it may be for them, right? And so we're either aware and it's negative, or we're unaware because it's so subconscious. And I've started to recognize that most of the thoughts we have are not that different. They're the same thought that comes in a different voice, a different tone, a different vocabulary, a different language, but it's the same repetition.
Yeah.
And so I've started to really think about what's my most repeated thought,
Yeah.
and how can I be more, as you are saying, how can I be more selective about it, and how can I choose it more effectively rather than just let it be something that's kind of just coming up.
Yeah. And it's like, don't identify with your thoughts. You know, like one of the things that I don't remember where I heard it before, but the way I like to think about it, and I've heard you say before, even like a lot of people say like, oh, I struggle with meditating. And I've heard you say before where it's not about mastering your thoughts. It's not about making your thoughts go away. It's just becoming aware of your thoughts a little bit more. Because when we close our eyes, you know, about 60% of our brain is visual. For visual things to see. So when we close our eyes, it kind of turns off a lot of parts. And so thoughts usually come up and we become aware of those. Like one of the things that I've been doing a lot recently is like trying to be in as much silence as possible. Like I'm just trying to be as much silence as I possibly can because I feel like that's where a lot of my awarenesses and a lot of my answers come from. And so when you sit there, and the analogy that I love when you start thinking of your thoughts is it's like sitting on the edge of a mountain and down below there's just a road going that you're looking at. And sitting on the edge of the mountain is like meditating or just sitting in silence and just, you know, looking at your thoughts. And you can watch the cars go by, the thoughts that go by, and not have to be attached to them. You don't find yourself getting sucked into the red car that just went by. You just watch the cars go by. And that's the way that I try to see my thoughts, which is, okay, I'm going to watch them go by. I'm not going to connect to them, but I can look at them and be like, is this thought, which, you know, about 90% of our thoughts are the same as yesterday, is this thought helping me in trying to get to where I want to be in life?